Hello and welcome back to the Glimmer Witch. So we have this design set today. I haven't videoed the nail art, I'm sorry, but I have videoed using the water decal, so it is a quick one. I'm finding it really difficult to get filming done and nails done in this busy period. I've had a crappy week with clients, so it's not been great, but lesson learnt for next year. So next year, deposits for everybody, half for everybody. Moving on. So I have taken these nails back down and I have done my clear layer already, and we are now coming in with 3 different pink colours. So this one, bear with me if I get the names wrong because it was a couple of days ago. So this one is, oh, why don't I remember? Fleur, I think. Oh, is it Fleur? I think it is. It's a very, very sparkly baby pink, and we are going to be sugaring this nail. I'm then using coconut milk on the ring finger because that will be the base for my water decal. So this came from Queen of Decals, and most of her water decals are a clear base, so you need to put them over a white for it to show up. I bought the set originally for another client and she had the Bambi, and on this occasion we decided to do Thumper. The other colours that I'm using are Orchid, which is the darker pink, and then Tooth Fairy, which is the bright pink. I'm also using Blue Hue on the thumb. So the set that we were basing this on came off Google, so no name, but we really liked the fact that the greys in Thumper picked up with the blue of the thumb, so that's what we did. And then all I did on the middle finger is I then used CJP's acrylic paints and my Tiny Touches brush just to do some like little swirly bits and put some gems in the middle. That was it, nothing too technical, nice and easy. The next set, I have got a set that I'm waiting to upload, and I have got another client in half an hour. I will be filming hers, so I've got a set to upload with all the nail art on, and I've got her set as well, so depending on what she has I may film that one as well. It's just quite hard having the time. At the minute the longest I'm getting between clients is about an hour, which is what's happened today. And yeah, it's long enough to have something to eat and get set up and, you know, have a coffee. So I thought I'll come on and do the voiceover quick, and then I can get this one uploaded and I can catch up. So tomorrow now I only have 2 sets to do instead of the 4 that I had at the beginning of this week. Long story, I'm not going to rant about it. If you're on Nail Tech Safety Network, you will have seen my rant. Yeah. Don't set yourself up to be let down. Christmas week, take a booking fee. In actual fact, just set up a booking fee right from the word go, because you will save yourself a lot of pain and heartache. I've lost 2 regular clients this week because I warned everybody 2 weeks ago that if they let me down this week, I would not book them in through myself anymore. They'd have to come through my app and pay a 50% deposit to back it, well, booking fee to book in. And they didn't like it because one of them changed her appointment, and I can't afford to lose money this week. None of us can we? So yeah, it's been tough, but I'll keep fighting. It's fine. There's always new clients. That is the beauty of this industry. And for every 1 or 2 that don't appreciate what you do, there are 10 more that do. So, you know, keep moving, keep your head up. So we're just doing that base of coconut milk. I am then getting that water decal. I'm cutting out the bit that I want. You put it into some warm water and wait about 15 seconds and it will slide off. I was going to put this directly on top of the coconut milk, but because the wand does set quite quickly when you stop moving it, it had already set by the time I'd finished faffing with the water decal. So I then take the decal back off, just rest it on my tissue, and I then did a very thin layer of clear acrylic just to make it stick. You can put water decals on top of a finished nail and top coat them. I prefer to put them under acrylic if I can, because then you don't lose anything. If you wipe them over, they don't chip, they don't peel or anything. So just to make sure, I did cap this one in clear. So that's me just reaching, I've got a pair of tweezers just to pick it up out of that tissue. And you literally put it up and you just slide it with your thumb, and it just slides off the backing paper. I've only done water decals probably 4 times before, so it's not something I've done a lot of. But on this instance, I didn't have the time to attempt hand painting a thumper. I'm not good enough to do that, and certainly not in the time that I had. So here's me trying to get it to stick on. So I'm trying to get it at the top there because it's sort of offset on one side. And the trick really is to get it laying flat. If you get one that's a full cover nail and it doesn't lay quite flat, if you snip it down the middle, it will then give you some movement to be able to lay it flat. So there's me trying to, and what happens is, I'll do that in a minute, and I pull it off again with my finger. So I then decide to use a bit of clear acrylic over the nail to make it stick. There you go. So I didn't want to scrumple it up too much, so yeah, I'll take it off in a minute. There we go. So I just popped it on the tissue that she's resting her hand on. Grab a little bit of clear acrylic just to give you something to that, and it's a tiny bit, look, just a little coating. And then I pick up my water decal again, pop that on the top, and then smooth it over, and it starts to stick, which makes it much easier to smooth out. I do really like the Queen of Decals for decals. My cousin went on and ordered some the other week because she fell in love with some of them. So they take about 10 days to arrive, but they're roughly around £3 to £4 for a set of 10. So very good value. So I'm not worried about those excess edges. What's going to happen, see, there you go, it's gone nice and smooth now, so it dries nicely. What will happen is I will cap it and then those bits will file off anyway, so don't worry too much. So this is Orchid, coming in with that first bead at the cuticle as I normally would. Quite a big bead on this case. So just tap, tap, keep your brush between the acrylic and the nail. Angle your brush as you move around the side. That it's all in how you use your brush. Once I've got it nice and neat, I then swipe down the majority of the product. See, nice and easy. Always turning, always checking. Add another bead in there because I want to make sure it's nice and neat, and I want to make sure I've got my coverage on my sides. This is a beautiful colour to use, by the way. It's very, very easy. And then I come in with another bead, I think, on that tip, and I blend it back. No, I'm wrong. Building that structure first. There we go, that's better. Do love, this is Sophie. Sophie has beautiful long nail beds. She has no idea why, as a nail tech, that is something that makes me excited. She doesn't understand at all. They're just her nails. But it's just because you can get such a beautiful long extension. They look a lot longer than they are, just because she's got such a nice long nail bed. So I have been out and done my friend's nails today, who lives about 35 minutes away, and I've had another client in when I got back. I literally got back about 10 minutes before her appointment was due to start, and yeah, just had a quick break before my last one of the day. It's not been as chaotic as last year, but still hard enough. So this is Tooth Fairy. So because I've still got some yellow on that original, on that index finger, I'm doing my bead of Tooth Fairy first from the middle down, because I want to make sure I get that coverage. And instead of pulling it, I am patting and pressing it and walking it down, just to try and cover that yellow. Didn't quite do it on that little bit there, so we did put that bit on first. Come back in with a new bead. Drain it a little bit. I want it a little bit wetter because I don't want this to be too thick, but at the same time I need it to cover that yellow. Patting and pressing, just checking, making sure, a little bit of fluff on the end there. So getting that cuticle nice and neat first. Do you see what I mean by the size of the beads? You can work in bigger beads. It's all to do with the angle of your brush as that tip touches the powder. If you're at a higher angle, you'll pick up a smaller bead. If your brush is flatter, you'll pick up a bigger bead. And as I said before, it takes as many beads as it takes. There is no rush. I feel the pressure slightly more when it's busier, but so yeah, just getting that colour on. And then what I will do, if you do this, especially if you're doing a redesign and you do this and you're trying to cover a previous colour and you do that end bit a little bit too thick, it's fine. What you do is you build your apex and everything, and then you come out with your e-file and you drill out underneath, because you want to take it from underneath, not on top, because you'll take your colour away. So there's a little tip for you. So when I do the sugaring on the little finger, I used a layer of soft gel and I just sprinkled the same acrylic powder on top and then cured that for 60 seconds. The hand painting I did with acrylic paint, popped a gem in the middle there. Let that dry, so I give it, you know, a couple of minutes to dry, and then when you put your top coat on, float your top coat over the top of it. Don't drag it, because you will drag, if that paint's not dry, you'll drag the design off. So I do one coat where I float it, and then it goes into that for 30 seconds. I then get my client to bring her hand back out and I give it another thin coat and then cure them for 60 seconds. So the thumb, this is the Blue Hue. Absolutely beautiful colour. I'm going to order another pot of this. I'm going to get a bigger pot because it's just stunning. It's not blue, it's not purple, it's slap bang in the middle, like forget-me-nots. Love it. Sophie sent me a number of pictures, but quite a few of them had hand painted designs on, and after my Grinch episode, I don't feel I'm quite ready for it, so I convinced her to have this set because I had Thumper already. It was on one of the sets of nails that she sent me, so that's why. I love them. So did she. They're very pretty. Apologise for the camera shaking. It's just the way I've got my phone set up. It makes it harder when it's from this angle because it's at the side, whereas when it's overhead, I can have the legs out more and it's a little bit sturdier. So we live and learn, but I'm guessing, you know, Claudia, hi, is enjoying this view because she's going to start learning acrylic. So for her, it's easier for her to see how thick the nails are, where we're putting that bead, etc. So I've left it in this view for the time being. Shout out to all of my subscribers. Thank you so much. If you are watching and you like what you see, please do give me a like. Please do subscribe. I'm on a mission to get to 100 by Christmas. I'm at 96, so I need 4 of you. I'd be happy with that. 100 subscribers. I never thought I'd get 10. Need to say that my clear acrylic pot is quite battered now. I just refill it from a big pot because I can't use the big pot. So I do need to sort of save my next pot that's empty to have a new pot and just keep the lid. I just use acetone to wipe it over, and it just takes all the labelling off. So that is that set done. I then file off camera and then do the artwork. Once I've done all of the artwork, I think I just come in and cap this clear now. Once I've done all the artwork, I then top coat cure in my LED lamp for 60 seconds, let them cool down. When they come out, I then apply cuticle oil. I'll talk about cuticle oils another video because I make my own. But anyway, I apply cuticle oil and then get my photo. Obviously there's a little video at the end as well, and I'll get this uploaded now, and then hopefully I'll be able to get the next one uploaded tonight and we'll be caught up. So I'll be back very, very soon. Nearly at the end, ladies, nearly at the end. I finish on Saturday, so I can't wait, because this Christmas week has been pants, literally pants. Don't forget, clients are clients. They're not always your friends, no matter how nice they are. Okay, don't forget. So I'll be back very soon. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.